All right, guys. So for this lesson in writing, we're just going to go over writing a climax. And so if we look at our story mountain here, the plot is made up of the background, where we introduce the setting, the characters, then we go up to the rising action. So everything that leads up to the main problem or the conflict. And then you have the climax, which is when the problem reaches its high point, followed by the falling action. This is when characters work to solve the problem or conflict, and the resolution. And this is how things end up in the story. And so this is like your very end of your story. But what we want to focus on in your writing is creating a climax that really, really engages the reader. So let's look over here. The climax is the term used to refer to the part of a story or play when the tension or action reaches its highest part. Sometimes the climax is the crisis point in the plot. Sometimes it's just where things come to a head, and something happens or the main character must make a decision that will lead to one outcome or another. Those who analyze literature often represent the plot of a story with the diagram below. It is this mountain, right? The climax is represented by the high point, and the action of the story begins to fall from there until the problems are resolved. So actually what I've seen is the climax should actually come closer to the end of your story. You don't want it to be, because what's this whole bit going to be if we've already solved the big problem? So here are some examples of climax in a plot, and these really help me understand what a climax is. A little girl has been looking for her lost dog. All right, so this might be the rising action. She hears a bark coming from around the corner. She looks around to see. That's the climax. We're up at the climax. What is she going to see? Will she see her dog and resolve it? Will she see her dog had puppies and then there's another resolution? Does she see a whole different animal there? Kevin has worked very hard to try out for the soccer team at school. The coach has posted a list of this year's team members on his office door. Kevin walks forward to look at the list. And what's going to happen, right? So the climax kind of leaves us like when you're at the top of a roller coaster and you're just waiting for it to drop. The climax kind of does that with us as well. Mary's parents have been discussing whether or not to move to another state. They call Mary and her sister down to talk with them about their decision. Lewis has performed in the state gymnastic finals. She waits anxiously to hear the names of the winners. The announcer says, and first place goes to... Again, we're just waiting to see what will happen. Will it be her? Or does she lose? The school's football team is down by 3 points in the fourth quarter. They're in the field goal range. The kicker kicks. The ball is up, and the kick is it going to be good or bad? And what does that mean for the team as we come to a resolution? So then you can look here and you see some examples of climax in famous literary plots. I'll put this link on my Stanford so you can look at it some more if you need to. But look at number 5. In The Three Little Pigs, suspense builds up until the confrontation between the third pig and the wolf. This confrontation, when they meet each other, that is the climax, right? If you've seen Beauty and the Beast, when Gaston and the townspeople come to attack the beast, and Belle admits her love for the beast. So when she finally says, oh, I love the beast, right? Then we have the resolution. That is the falling action leading to the resolution. So what I would like you to do now is to go back to your own writing. If you are done with your writing, I want you to go back and I want you to try and revise it. Make sure that you have, your background, your rising action, your climax, your falling action, and your resolution. And see if there's anywhere where you could add in or take out some information. If you haven't finished writing yet, then I would like you to work on writing for about the next 20 minutes and try and get to a point where you're writing the climax or your writing is somewhere near the climax or the falling action. Okay.